The Letter of Hope. Elena Kuznetsova stood by the window of her small apartment in Novosibirsk, her fingers curled around a teacup that had long since gone cold. Outside, snow painted the city in shades of silence, muffling the sounds of trams and footsteps. It was a familiar winter, but one that felt lonelier than any before. At 42, Elena had accepted solitude as her most faithful companion. Her husband had died 7 years ago in a road accident, and with no children and a pension that barely covered rent, she had spent her days tutoring literature to indifferent teenagers and translating old English novels for a second-rate publisher. Her heart, though bruised, had never turned bitter. She still believed in kindness, and she still believed, however foolishly, in love. The envelope on the table glowed faintly in the morning light. She picked it up, her heart tightening with an odd mix of shame and hope. It had come from the American Dreams marriage agency. Inside was a printed letter, polite, efficient, and signed, Marcus Graham, 47, California, USA. Your profile stood out to me. I appreciate your honesty, your grace. I believe we may share a similar outlook on life. The words were carefully chosen, almost clinical, but to Elena, they felt like a lifeline. Someone had seen her, really seen her, and not dismissed her as too old, too serious, or too invisible. She had filled out the agency's profile 3 months ago, more as a quiet rebellion than a real attempt at finding love. She'd written plainly, a former teacher, passionate about books and quiet walks, emotionally grounded, not interested in games. She had included no glamorous photographs, only one taken in a garden with her late mother. If a man replied, she had promised herself it would be someone sincere. Marcus Graham had seemed just that, precise, stable, perhaps a bit formal, but someone who valued depth over sparkle. He had divorced 5 years ago, had no children, and worked as a consultant in San Diego. Their letters, though infrequent, hinted at shared interests: Tolstoy, mountain lakes, long silences filled with meaning. His words suggested admiration, even anticipation. You remind me of someone I once knew. Strong, elegant. Perhaps we can start anew. She reread his letters until the paper softened from her fingers. And then, on a bleak January afternoon, he had written simply, "Come. I have arranged your visa. I want to meet you in person." Elena hesitated for days. Her friends called her foolish. Her cousin warned of scams and dangers. But something in her resisted cynicism. She had spent